Hello, Mr. Jackson. How you doing?
Good evening, am I?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good. Good evening, Miss George. I love your name, by the way.
Good evening. Thank you, ma'am.
How are you doing? Welcome,
Very well,
welcome.
thank you. Very well, thank you. Good to see you as well.
Good to see you. All right, so we'll just give people a few minutes to get in and then we start. And thank you to all of you that came on time. That's really our aim, to always start on time, but unfortunately people will join it. But very soon people would know that we won't wait for them any longer. Once it's time, we just start. Welcome, Mr. Emmy. Good to have you here. Okay, so Glory, please just try and prompt people so that we don't keep people that are here waiting, so we can start.
Yes, Emma.
Okay, thank you. Bottle of water. So I know how far the others in here so far have gotten. But Miss George, how far have you gotten? Because I know you joined a few days ago. Were you able to catch up a little bit?
Well, I just downloaded all the resources today, so I would look over them after the meeting. I think I was just able to log in today, this evening. So I'll look over this weekend.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's fine. At least that's the first step. So hopefully you'll catch up very soon. And then you're also working towards your RHP, right? Am I correct? If I recall.
I already gave her number to the person who reached out to me.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if I am the one to contact her or if they will be the one. But I already told her.
Okay.
So I've not gotten to the part where I get how to onboard her yet.
Okay.
I've not gotten to that point. I just downloaded my resources today.
Okay. So I'm sure, Glory, who has been contacting them, is also in this meeting. I'm sure she would have contacted them. What you can do on your part for us is to prompt her that once she gets the message from us, which she probably would have gotten already, she should act fast about it. She shouldn't.
I already told her. I asked her about it because I saw her today. We had we went somewhere together today, and I asked her. She said she hadn't. So I told her that she will be contacted, and that when she's contacted, she should take prompt action. So she's waiting.
Okay. All right. Glory, have you sent out all the RHP's notification, at least the ones you got between yesterday and today?
The ones I got between yesterday and today, I have sent them out, but for one, I have not double ticked. So I'm guessing that's where the issue lies.
So another thing is that you reached out via WhatsApp, right? So you might have to call her directly in case she hasn't switched on her data. Some of them don't do that, and the message wouldn't drop. Do you understand?
Okay, I'll do that.
So just give them a call as well. Okay. Welcome to all the new people that just joined. Well done. Welcome. Mrs. Mary Joel, welcome. Peace, welcome. I'm trying to make sure that I know as many people as possible. Like if you're in my inner circle now, we know each other. As in, don't deny me outside. Don't deny me outside. We know each other. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nice having you, and thank you, Peace. I appreciate your engagement on the platform as well. Well done. Welcome, Miss Oladipo, yes. How are you?
Good evening, ma. I'm fine, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Thank you. You were the last person to drop your progress so far on the platform. My stories and it warmed my heart as well. As in, I've just been smiling all day. That at least feedback is trickling in. And that's what we want. Thank you so much.
Yes. Ma.
And hopefully we'll get more of that. Nice. Okay, so there's one person here that I don't recognize. Jimmy Olutu, how are you? How are you doing? Are you from the marketplace or the main community? Jimmy Olutu. Mm-hmm. How are you? Are you from the main marketplace? Or can you hear me? Okay, probably she can't. Okay, that's fine. All right, what's the time now? Time now is 7:07. give people 3 more minutes and we start. So Glory, please try and get as many people as possible to come in. I wouldn't want people to miss the sessions. We need to make sure we're carrying people along because it's very easy for people to lag. It's very easy for people to lag behind. We don't want them to lag. It will get easier. So once we start, we're going to start with a quick recap of task 1 as discussed. And that would also help people that came into the community this week and maybe wasn't part of the conversation for task 1. So we would basically just do a very quick recap, and those that have actually executed and implemented their tasks will just basically share their experiences with us. And then we can, I noticed that some people added 1 or 2 additional comments, and it would just be good for us to all just talk about 1 or 2 comments that people made, and then also see what maybe the next step should be, or what our thought process might be on some of the comments that were made. And that would be a very good learning curve for all of us. So we can all chip in at that point in time. And then thereafter, we're going to expectations for task 2. Okay. And the good news is that once we do task 2 and task 3, so we call them steps actually, because we like to think in steps. Once we've done that, in the next, by upper week, we will now get into the HR related tasks, and it starts getting interesting from there. So right now, what we're still doing is, laying the foundation and making sure that our structure, our foundational structures that would allow the real structures and the processes that we're trying to build stand properly. That's what we're building at the moment. So well done, everything. With that said, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start, and people can join as they go. All right, so good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's session. Sorry, can I? Joe, please, can you mute yourself? How are you? How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, Upturn.
Thank you. Upturn. I love the way you hail us, by the way. Thank you. All right, so I'll just mute this so I can start. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, good evening once again, everyone. My name is Maureen Celeb. Most people call me MI for short. I always tell people that any other MI is a counterfeit. I'm the only MI. I'm the only legitimate MI out there. So even if you have one that's called a rapper, it's a counterfeit. I'm the only one. But anyway, welcome. All right. So without further ado, what are we going to get into tonight? We're going to first of all recap task 1. So I will just do a very quick 2 minutes recap of task 1. And I probably will just share my screen to do that, just to carry everybody along. And then we would hear from those that have actually implemented step 1 and have a quick discussion around that. Then we'll now get into step 2. Okay. So let's not waste too much time. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you can see my screen. All right. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So this was what we shared for task 1. So task 1 was first things first. And like I mentioned earlier, for those that joined earlier, I said, okay, it's all about laying the right foundation. So those of you that would have done the task, you would even understand a whole lot better why. We also said that we're going into a new era of realigning our staff, letting them know that, yes, okay, as of yesterday or last week before we joined Upturn, this was how we were doing certain things. But now we're in a business community and we're being motivated to do things the right way. And so, this is the time for us to have a renewed mindset, renewed energy, renewed spirit, say that all things have passed away. And now we're all going to be cooperative in trying to move the business forward. So we outlined 4 things that we needed to do before we even had that reorientation or town hall meeting with our staff. So the first thing we said was, let's revisit our vision. So if you had a vision statement, revisit it, see whether it's still in line with what you're trying to achieve. And then if it's not, we gave an outline on how you should be able to do that. We also said, revisit your company values. Now, with the company values, we said that it's important that we all had a shared value system in the organization. So people would come up with different types of values that they can use in the organization that staff can also abide by, right? So because values also shape your company culture. So there was a worksheet around that even gave examples on how to go about it. Values like integrity, values like repair, and whatever it is that pertains to your organization. And the idea was to share that with your staff as well. We also talked about financial goals because we mentioned that if there isn't a common goal that we're all trying to achieve, people will just not be able to really connect to what it is that we're trying to achieve within the organization. And majority of the time it has to be financial. The vision is the overarching thing that we're trying to achieve as an organization, but the financial goals have to be very specific. And one of the things we discussed last session was that if the financial goals, if you don't want to actually mention financial goals, you can actually mention what leads to the financial goals. So we used an example of like a logistics firm where we said that a logistics firm that is probably charging, for the sake of maths, 1,000 naira per trip, can say that, okay, we need to do 100 trips. Now, if you're doing 100 trips times 1,000, you can do the math and say, okay, that means our goal is 1 million. So that's another way to set a goal, without necessarily mentioning a financial figure if you don't want to do so. And then we also talked about drawing our org structure. And that's because there's a way that we spoke about the financial goals and even broke it down into strategy and tactics. And we now said that it's from strategies and tactics that your day-to-day activities, your daily processes, because processes are actually activities, but they're structured activities. Right. So your day-to-day activities should inform, you should deliver on your goals, right? And so you need to draw an org structure, no matter how simple it is, to be able to at least place people in different aspects of your organization. We said even if it is just 3 staff you have, it's fine. Your staff can have multiple roles. They can wear multiple hats. So your admin might still be your customer service person at the moment. When you draw the org structure, you show that same person's name under admin and you show them under customer service. So so all of this were just the notes. I don't want to go through all of this again. I think I've done justice to a summary of it. Yes. Now, the good news is that on the platform, let me stop sharing for a quick second. On the TC platform, where the worksheets are, there are explanations. Everything that I have said has been explained there as well. And as much as possible, like I said, we think in steps. So as much as possible, we've tried to say step 1, do this, step 2, do this, so that it is more instructional and you can just follow the steps to do or implement what we have said. And the templates were there as well. So that's a quick recap of task 1. So now it will be interesting for us, especially for those people that were able to implement task 1, to tell us what their experiences were. And, yes, maybe even feedback on maybe something that happened or something that they had to think about and maybe how they went about it, or bring it to us in the community and let's have a conversation about it. So I know that if I say who wants to go first, somebody will go first. So I'm going to call who I think is a bold person that would be more than happy to go first for us. So Mrs. Mary Joel, or Peace. But maybe Mrs. Mary Joel. Would you mind going first and just telling us about your experience in implementation? So first of all, tell us about the worksheet. Was it easy to follow? What did you come up with? And then how did you go about having a talk with your staff? Do you want to unmute yourself and quickly share that for us as brief as possible, please? Are you there?
Hello.
Okay, Peace, you can go first, and then Mrs. Mary Jo can go afterwards. So please go ahead, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I also want to appreciate you for doing this. A lot of people want to, structure their business, but lack of idea, or sometimes when you are doing it all alone, you look as if maybe you're overdoing it, especially when you start your organization without proper structuring. People just come in, let's be good. So So it's not an easy one. So first of all, I was happy that I was doing that because that has been on my mind, but I was looking for a support to continue.
Yeah.
So, like, I've not officially called everybody together, but I've been telling them every day, like my the secretary. I've been talking to them. Concerning the structuring, the vision. I'll be communicating to everybody when I'm talking. Like even today, one of our staff, because of his behavior, previous day, we called him for a meeting. We told him to bring his guarantors, so that these things are not easy. We just need to be very mean. And what actually helped me, it was that value, that your value. Right. Okay, you're not like, so it's like a guide. It's like a guide that when something is going wrong, we'll be like, no, you wouldn't tolerate this. You shouldn't tolerate this in your organization. Right. So it's very, very key. So I encourage everybody to do that because it will guide you. The organization, the value will guide you. Even as a person, when you are doing something, when somebody brings something to you, you'll be like, no. So it has been helping me. Then I begin to look at areas that we are not doing well. As I was just studying it, both the financial goals. I was like, okay, we are strong, we are doing our best physically, but online, a lot of the limitation, I will just post sometimes. If you are not having anything, so I beg this thing self. So, and I told myself, what is the best way? I started asking people like, you can't do this thing because you get tired. I need to bring somebody that will be into this, what's it called, that can manage your page for you. You make it more presentable, that you cannot do your physical activity and still do it.
Okay, so let me ask you though. Let me ask you a question because you're going into something else that we'll be talking about in another session. Do you understand? So that's why
all right.
I interrupted. I apologize. But let me ask you. You said you've not been able to call everybody together yet. What's stopping you from doing that? Because if you can call them together as a team, whether it is online or physically, do you understand? It will be a very good way for you to share what you've done so far with the team. So what's stopping you from doing that right now?
I've not called everybody, but the secretary and the manager. Okay.
So my question is, what's stopping you from calling your entire team?
Okay, is the timing and the nature of the business, because on Sunday we did a stock taking, so after that's what stopped it. So after Sunday, everyone will be tired.
Okay. So can you schedule a day now and say, okay, this is going to be our town hall meeting day where we now discuss this as a team?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So commit to a date. We will get Tosin, who's probably going to be your accountability partner, to follow up with you and ensure that you actually have it with the entire team now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And let them also talk about it. Well, thank you. I really appreciate the example that you gave, that even when somebody wasn't doing the right thing, you were able to fall back and say, okay, look at our values and this is not acceptable and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of idea that the values should be guiding and governing. Do you understand? So thank you for that feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Mrs. Mary Joel, are you there? Are you ready to give us your feedback on the assignment?
Hey, good evening, everyone. Upturn, thank you for this great opportunity to share my experience from Tax 1. Very, 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 very grateful.
Thank you.
We were asked actually to engage in a staff meeting with our team. So we did that yesterday, and honestly, I will tell you, it was a refreshing moment. It was also a moment, personally, as a CEO, I was exposed to a lot of things, I won't lie. For a science person dabble into business, all I knew was, when you're going to start business, there should be a vision and mission statement. That was all I knew, and the mission and vision will guide you. I never knew it could help me carry my team along. I discovered that yesterday, and I said, wow. So for this long, have not known this. So I appreciate so much. It brought this togetherness in our midst, which actually led to clear direction individually of what to do. So we actually saw some areas in which we were lagging behind from this very task. So yesterday we were able to discover that, and I bet you in no time we skate through that. And I believe with this task I'll be able to understand very well, one at a time, what to do. The very first thing to do before the other comes. Before I'll just say, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's just do this, even as the CEO. But recently, I just discovered that no, you have to have this solid structure on ground that will guide you through. Okay, the first thing to do, if it's to formulate, or if it's to write out your formulas, you write out your formulas. The person that is going for market visibility study should be able to do that. Then the production unit should be able to say this, that. Even accounting, I was just like, in fact, I discovered a whole lot of things yesterday, and I'm so happy. That was why I said Upturn. I'm very, very grateful for this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So every time you say this Upturn, my head is my head is always swelling. I'm sure my team members are like, yeah. Thank you. And there's something that you said, which is step by step, because running a business can be very overwhelming. And what we're really trying to do here is to say, what's the first thing to do? What's the second thing? The third thing? And so we're trying to take you through a process. You understand what I mean? And then even in the process of you engaging your team, the feedback you're getting, I like that keyword you said, togetherness. That's the truth. Because when there's togetherness, when people believe in a vision, you'll be surprised how everybody will move. Do you understand? That even your team members, when there's now a bad egg, they will be the ones to say, don't come and spoil us here. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that togetherness for me is also a very, very big feedback. Don't worry, you're in for it. You're going to enjoy all of this stuff. And let me also state, I think I owe you an apology, because when you and I were speaking at the very beginning, I was not sure. I was like, are you sure you're going to do this work? And you're surprising me. So I'm super proud of you, honestly. I am super proud of you. And you were like, I'll do it now. I'll do it. I was like, are you sure? Okay, no wala. Well done, well done. I'm super happy. Good job. Thank you. Okay, and the last person that is going to share that dropped on the group today was Miss Oladipo. No, Oladipo, sorry, I apologize. Miss Oladipo. Are you there? Miss Oladipo.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, good. All right. I love your pictures, by the way. I love other people's pictures as well, but yours stood out because it was not like a picnic. In my mind, I was like, I see the FPZ on top of grass. I was like, this is my enjoying. All right. So tell me about it. Tell us. How did it go?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. First of all, like I said on the platform, that I really, really want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Maureen. And
My
that
team
is
members,
for
just you. My people are working hard.
Upturn,
nice.
and Upturn community. And I want to apologize that I was the last person that posted my picture. I told the manager, Glory, that we had to do deliveries today. So it was after then that we were able to come together and just relax, and we were able to do our videos and everything. Okay, straight to the point. Being in Upturn community has really helped me, because I was at the verge where I needed someone that I can be accountable to. It's not just my business, thank God, like it's getting better and everything, but I needed to have someone that I could be accountable to, that it will be structural. And coming into Upturn community has really helped me because I'm someone who is very, very proactive. Like, I'm always very energetic and, always ready to do things as in at my own, as in at a quick pace. But I just discovered that my staff were not like that. So with the task that we were given and me writing down what I wanted and everything, so I was able to I need to find another way of going around doing things with them that will make them to align with the vision that I have. And Upton suggesting that we can have an outing. I thought that was not a big deal, that going out, and we've never done that before as a team. So today was the first time. So I really took it to heart that I'm prepared, that we should go out and everything. So we going out, a different environment and everything. My right hand person started giving me business ideas, and everybody said what was on their mind. And we were able to come together as into a very, very good result. And I was just like, so they have so many things like this in their mind that they've never told me. But maybe due to the fact that we went out different from the usual environment, they were able to tell me what was on their mind. And we even came up with different financial strategies and different things that we can do for the business to move forward. So in fact, I'm supposed to be tired right now because of everything today, but I'm so happy. Like, that Upturn has really, really helped me. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you. So I'm just shining 32. I've been shining my 32 since with joy and with gladness in my heart. I mean, the words that you guys are coming up with is fantastic. That's to, again, see the revelation that you're coming up with. That you'll be surprised that with structure, with clarity, your team will surprise you that they actually know a whole lot more than you actually think. Sometimes it's difficult to function when there's a little bit of chaos and things are a bit disorganized. And it can be tough in business, trust me. It can be. But, honestly, I'm just even lost for words. And then, like you said, the change of environment, that makes a whole lot of difference. Trust me, we have a lot of tips and tricks on even little team bonding exercises that you can do that will not even break the bank. All it will cost is a little bit of meat pie and drink, but the activities that you guys will do, it will gain. It will foster team bonding and what have you. But well done. I'm super happy about this. So I think next week we're going to be talking about document, register, and filing system. So all of these things that we're doing, we need to be documenting them. We'll talk about that next week and how you're going to be filing them and all of that. Today, this first task that you did was more about, just setting the foundation, like I said, letting your staff know that this is a new era, this is, what we want to be doing, so that, yes, they can have renewed spirit, they can cooperate with you. For those of you that have shared, I'm sure now that when you're even telling your staff that, no, we're not going to do this thing this way anymore, we're going to be doing it this way now, they will even be excited. They will look forward to it. They would cooperate with you to ensure that they actually follow the steps to a large extent. And if they don't, we have HR structures that will deal with them as well. And if they do, we have HR structures that would reward them as well. We're going to get to all of that. Okay. This trial period, remember, is 2 months. So we will delve into a number of HR activities before our trial period. And so we're looking forward to a lot of value that all of you are going to be getting prior to that. Now, for you guys that have not done your assignment, you can see that you're missing out. You are missing out. Can I plead with you? Try and catch up as much as possible. And use your RHP. Use your RHP. So, interestingly, the step 2 that we're now going to be talking about tonight is actually your RHP. And I'm going to emphasize why your RHP is very important in this community, and then maybe even extend to why you can even add other staff members into the community as well. So let me reshare my screen again, and this time I'm going to be talking about task 2. Let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, am I? Okay,
good. So slides are just 7 slides. Don't worry. One of the things we like to do is always to keep things brief. Okay, so welcome to step 2 or task 2. Again, like I told you, we like to speak in steps because it has a way of shaping people's minds that, okay, the first thing I'm doing is this, the second thing I'm doing is this. So this is step 2. Last week, we reorientated our staff. Now this week, we are choosing and onboarding our right-hand persons. I know that a lot of people already have their right-hand persons, but now we're going to make this information as to why you should have such a person and what they should be doing a bit more concretized in our minds. So if we have any right-hand person here, this is your time to also pay attention. All right, so who is our right-hand person? Now, our right-hand person is a person that supports the business owner to work on their business and not in their business. You see, this on and in is 2 different things. When we say work on the business, we're talking about designing business processes, saying that this is how we want to do certain things. We're talking about looking at what is working and what is not working. We're talking about thinking creatively about how to expand one's business and how to network and partner and do those kinds of things with regards to a business. Working in a business is when you're heavily involved in operations. So you are the one that is serving customers. You're the one that is ensuring that dispatch has delivered the goods or what have you to a customer. You're the one that is chasing stuff up and down to say, have you done this? Have you done that? That's working in your business. And as business owners, we should really be working on our business and not in our business. Because when we're in our business, we cannot focus. We're running riots every day. We're running around in circles. And so we get overwhelmed very easily. We're not even able to really build the structures that we want. We get frustrated and so on and so forth. Now, your right-hand person should now be this person that works with you on your business. So that means that by default, they should also not be working in the business. They should not be involved in operations. Because if they are equally busy running around, chasing customers, working on who is doing production and so on and so forth, this person would not be able to focus on working on your business, on processes and so on and so forth with you. This is something you guys will constantly be hearing from us, right? Very, very important. And we'll continue to make a case as to why this person has to be freed from operations. So when you have such a person working with you and you're no longer involved in the business in terms of operations, it frees you up to think strategically and creatively, and you're not stuck in day-to-day operations like I have said. So this person is somebody that we expect should brainstorm with you, right? So for example, when you come on our Upturn platform and you're doing the next set of tasks, that person should even be the person that should even spearhead some of those tasks now. And then they can now come and meet you and align with you to say, okay, this is the task that they gave us today. This is what I have done. And what do you think? So they're having alignment meeting with you. Because we know one of the things we told you guys from the very beginning is that we know that you as a business owner, you're going to be very busy. As much as I'm saying you should be working on your business and not in it, we know that Rome is not going to be built in a day. And we know that it's going to take a little bit of time for you to hands off some of the things that technically you shouldn't be doing, that you're doing. We know that that's going to take a bit of time. And so we also know that you're busy. And so you're not going to do a lot of these tasks yourself, right? And that's why we need a right-hand person to also be part of this journey with you. So they should be brainstorming the processes. Now, they should also be helping with implementing the processes as well. So if the two of you sit down and you're saying that, oh, we want to look at a certain process or a certain way that we do a certain activity, that person should be key. That person should even also be saying, okay, who amongst our staff members does this process relate to that we need to call into our brainstorming session? And then you guys are having like a brainstorming session together with the team members that are affected by that process. Once you guys even agree that this is how we're going to do certain things, this is how we're going to do certain processes, It should be documented, and then your staff should be retrained. So this RHP is the person that is going to ensure that that is done. Okay. So as you can see, I'm making a case to say that this person is not going to be idle. This person is going to actually have work to do. Okay. This same RHP is the person that once you even implement a process, this person should be the person to also observe and audit. So if we say, okay, we're fixing a production process, for example, this person should, after whatever it is that has been fixed in the production process, retrains the staff. That person can go to the production floor on a certain day and observe the process and say, okay, what we fixed in this process, is it working now? Have people improved on it? Are they following the process, or are there still bottlenecks? So we did a 10-step process for production. Where is there an obstacle? Is it at step 3 or step 7 that there's an obstacle? Okay. If there's an obstacle at step 7, we need to brainstorm again and think about how we can fix the issue at step 7 of this production process. That's what this person is meant to be doing and working with you. You as a business owner, you can't do all of this work by yourself. So you need this right-hand person to be that person. And so, once again, I make a case that this person, number one, should exist. So if you don't have a right-hand person, please, we need you to get somebody ASAP. And then number 2, they should not be involved in operations. They should be working on the business with you. Okay? All right. So having said that, in conclusion, this person will promote efficiency, and in the mid to long term, they will save you a lot of money. So I've made a case for a right-hand person. They will save you money, because sometimes when we have problems, we're thinking about throwing money at it by either hiring additional hands, when really the issue is efficiency and effectiveness, not necessarily needing an extra hand. And sometimes you would also get more work out of existing staff, which is actually what efficiency means, actually, to be honest. So they will save you money in the long run, and there'll be less wastage as well, because this person is currently constantly working on processes with you. All right, so now that I've made a case and we agree that we need a right-hand person, what are you going to be doing? What are the tasks that we expect you to do on Trainer Central? There are four to five main tasks that you're going to do there. So the first one is that you're going to choose a right-hand person if you don't have one already. Then you're going to onboard the right-hand person. You're going to also align with that person by communicating their tasks and reporting format. You're also going to add them to the community if you haven't done so already, and add them to the Upturn platform, that system. So let's take it one by one real quick. Okay, so in choosing a right-hand person, this is especially for those that do not have a right-hand person. Plus, if you have a right-hand person, but you're not even sure whether that person can really be your right-hand person, this first step is for you. Okay, so there are 2 tracks. So like I said, category 1 and category 2. So if you already have a manager and you feel that, okay, I can convert my manager to my right-hand person, my manager technically should not even be involved in operations in the first place, right? Because they are meant to be supervised. So a manager is even a good person that can remove their hands from operations and now be converted to your right-hand person. What you can then do, so if this person is a trusted person, you feel that they have the skill set, what you can do is you can go straight to the onboarding process, and we have like an onboarding guide, which I will show you in a sec, that is going to help. Now, if you're in category 2 and you do not have a right-hand person yet, there are 2 things that you can do. One is that you can look within your current organization and identify potential staff that you think could be promoted to being your right-hand person. We also have like an assessment sheet that you can use to score various staff, so you can be objective and not subjective. So you can be objective, meaning that you're not going to be biased. You're not going to say, you like this one more than this one just because you like the way they speak or something like that. No, you're going to use the assessment sheet to do an honest assessment and decide based on the score, whoever scores the highest amongst 1 or 2 things. Okay, this person can actually be and can now don't have anybody like that. you might now be interested in actually hiring somebody who can afford it. But the truth of that is, try your best to actually get somebody. Right? Like I told you, this person will save you money in the long run. Okay? If you get somebody that is like a smart admin person, that person can be converted to a right hand person, as long as the person can can speak well, can create a decent document, knows how to use a computer. When they come into the community, we can train them. As you can see, we have a lot of guides. We weren't joking when we said that. With a lot of instructions. So any smart person can read our instructions plus these sessions that we're having and know what to do. So please do not take that for granted. So once you, okay, so before coming here, let me see if I can show you. Okay, I'll show you all the assessment sheets and everything again. I wanted to see if I can show you one after the other, but because I'm sharing my slides, I can't do that. So when I finish, I'll now go and show you all the templates that I mentioned. All right, so the next thing is onboarding your RHP. So we have a beautiful guide. You're going to love that guide. A 2-pager that we have broken down, even giving you scripts in terms of the English that you can literally read and explain to them that this is why I need you as an RHP. There's a way you clarify expectations and what you want them to do and so on and so forth. We've written it in that sheet. We will show you. Then you're explaining the role too in terms of in relation to us in Upturn. Now, the beautiful thing is that, yes, those of you that already have an RHP in the community, you already know what we do. But those of you that are yet to bring in an RHP, you can use that guide to even explain that there's a company called Upturn, a business community you're going to join, and we've written a script there for you to even explain what we do to them so that it will be a lot easier. Then you would also define your alignment process as well. In terms of structured reporting, everything needs structure. So what do I mean by that? First and foremost, you agree that, okay, that we only have 5 days in a week and we only have 4 weeks in a month, which means that our every single day is very valuable, and we have to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing. And so let us ensure that even if it is 1 day a week, we can decide that maybe Thursday, maybe one of the days that you feel is not your most busiest day of the week. So for example, if you are somebody that is into spa services or hairdressing or what have you, I hear that Mondays are usually the quieter days. Monday can now be the day that we work on processes and we do an alignment. So we can earmark Mondays for that. If you're in hospitality, again, maybe Monday, because weekends by Thursday, Friday, where things are already pricing up for thank God it's Friday and all of that. So yes, we might not have that kind of time. But for some other types of businesses, like if you're into project management and what have you, Mondays are very important. Most times, project management, all of those kinds of things, they're pretty much they're often done, first thing during the week, and by Friday things are cooling off. So Friday might be the day you choose that as a business owner, and you and your right-hand person will be working on your processes and assignments with Upturn, on Fridays. So you need to have like a structured way of aligning with your RHP. And then there should also be a reporting format. This reporting format, believe it or not, is not a Word document. We have a very simple way on WhatsApp that you can be reporting structured, and it's very sweet. And you as a business owner, you know what's happening. Your RHP can tell you what they worked on for the day. And by extension, your RHP will then do the same thing for different staff members in your organization as well. So you know how many deliveries occurred for the day. You know how many items were produced. You know how many, they can give you feedback on the event that was planned, on the catering that happened, and so on and so forth. Whatever it is, then you can come up with a reporting system. We'll show you that in a second as well. All right, then the other things that you need to do, which is tied to step 2, is to again communicate the task and reporting format, and then 2.5, which is create a community on WhatsApp or any platform. So some people use Slack, but WhatsApp these days, especially with the new features that they have, even the community feature that they have, is a good way for you to create subgroups within your organization. So if you've not done that, do that we're going to encourage you to do that now. Start looking at your business in a structured manner. If you already have a community created, you might just want to even revisit maybe the different groups that you have and what's happening in those groups. Like, you want to rename some of those groups. You want to now structure that this group now is going to be for production group. This group is going to be for inventory group. This group is going to be for customer service and fulfillment group. Do you understand? That's like 3 groups that you can have within your community. If you're into, so someone like Mrs. MJ now, that is into organic hair care products, she can have a production group. She can have a customer service / fulfillment group, and she can have like an inventory management group. Obviously, maybe still have like accounting group or something like that. So that's a good way to structure so that the conversations that are happening in different groups are also structured. So all of that is what we are going to be doing under this task. It's not hard at all. So I'm going to stop my slides for a second. Okay, good. And I'm going to then show you some of the things that I was talking about. Give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing so I can pull up. Can you guys hear me? I hope I'm not talking to myself.
Yes, Emma, we can hear you.
Fantastic. Good. All right. So just give me a second while I pull up some of the things that I have mentioned. So I have about 3 or 4 templates to show you that we have already worked on that you would love. Okay. Fantastic. All right, they just open. I thought I had everything open. I realized out of 5, I only opened 3. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So I'll share my screen again now, and then let me know when you can see. Is my screen up now? Not yet. I'm not sure it's up.
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. I can see it's rolling. I will come up in a second. Okay, it should be up now.
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this is the first sheet that we have done for you. It looks like a lot of words, but voila, the fact that we wrote the words for you means that all you have to do is just read and pick which one is applicable. So this is like an assessment guide. So you want to assess your right-hand person. Remember what we said, if you don't have a right-hand person, or even an existing one that you have, you can assess them and just see even where they fall. And there are about 7 categories that you're using to assess them. First is effective communication. Second is emotional intelligence. Third is leadership. Fourth is operational knowledge. Operational knowledge means that do they know how you do things in your organization? Fourth is, or is it fifth, is integrity and trustworthiness. Then the next one is basic IT skills. And then the last one is embracing company vision and culture. So can you see that we have different things across board: communication, emotional intelligence, leadership, operational knowledge, integrity and trustworthiness, IT, and then embracing culture. Now, I'll just use one as an example. So if you go across, you can see the scoring sheet. There's a score of 5, score of 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have now even gone ahead to explain what a 5 score would mean, or what a 4 score would mean. What would a 3 score mean? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Because I can't see you. I'm on my sheet.
Yes,
I hear you.
Thank you. Please, if you could meet that person as well, that would be great. All right.
Yeah,
So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are scores. So you can score the person a 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. So if I was just to read what 1 is for effective communication, to give you an idea of what we're talking about. If you just read this that says a 1 when it comes to effective communication, let's say now I wanted to rate Glory. I could either say that, okay, based on what this is saying, 1 says that rarely communicates effectively. There are constant breakdowns in understanding, clarity, and delivery of messages. leading to significant confusions and inefficiency. Communication is a major obstacle to progress for this person. Or it could be a 5. So obviously there's in between, but let me go to another extreme, which is a 5. 5 is saying consistently communicate with clarity, precision, and appropriateness in all situations. The communicator easily conveys messages and ideas, actively listens, and fosters understanding across diverse teams. There are no misunderstandings or gaps in communication. So can you see what 1 was saying? Rarely communicate. 5 is saying consistently communicate. So what am I trying to say? We've written statements in here for you that just read the statement and ask yourself which one applies to this person that I am scoring. Okay, I've done the work for you. Just now choose. So there's a scoring sheet that we've also provided. Once you read this, there's a scoring sheet. You write the person's name and you just write that if I was scoring Glory now, I will probably score a 5. Glory communicates very well. I'll now give Glory 5 for effective communication. Then I'll go to emotional intelligence, read the sentences, choose the number that is appropriate for her and all. And then at the end of the day, obviously, I add up all the scores. The highest that this person can score is 5s all through. And I think that there are 7 categories. So 5 times 7 is 35, right? So whatever they score over 35, obviously if they score 35 over 35, that person is a fantastic person and is fit to be your right-hand person. So if you don't have a right-hand person right now, you're looking at various stuff within your organization, use this as an objective way of assessing the people you think can be your right-hand person. And whoever scores the highest should be the person that you should probably consider, unless they score low in maybe embracing company vision and basic IT skills, because those ones might be a hindrance to you choosing them. Johnson, you need somebody that can, use a computer, because there's a lot of documentation, in processes. And then obviously you want somebody that embraces your vision as well. You don't want to get somebody that does not believe in what it is you're doing. That's the only reason why you might not choose the person that scored the highest score. Other than that, this should be the guide. So I hope this helps. Let me show you the next thing, and then the next set of templates, and then I'll take questions. So this is our onboarding guide. Can you see the onboarding guide too? Like I mentioned, it tells you what you should. If you say, can you see small scripts? I don't know if you can see my screen very well. It even tells you here, step 1, tell your RHP the purpose of them working closely with you. We've written small scripts for you. I want you to be my key member of staff within our business who will work with me, the CEO, to work on our business processes, structuring, ideas, and not in the business day-to-day operations. Explain how Upturn helps. See, we have written story for you. Good news, we won't be on this journey alone. No, Upturn is with us. They will give us accountability partners. They will be in a group. They will assign us a learning body. You yourself will join the group. So it will be easy. We have written it there for you. We lay the foundation. So you see all that vision, values, goals that you did. You will now explain everything again to your RHP, especially if they were not involved in you doing those activities. So you, the two of you first, because it's you and your RHP first. And then after you and your RHP are aligned, then you can now, the two of you are now strong to now go and align your team members as well. Are we together? Then you discuss the expectations from your RHP. So here you're saying that, okay, remember, you're not meant to be involved in operations to distract you. Rather, you observe various operational processes. That has been explained. Then you go through the JD. I'll show you a JD in a second. The JD even has KPIs inside there. It tells both of you what you should be doing and all. Then what sort of reporting should I expect from my RHP? So even here, we wrote a script for you. Going forward, I would like you, my RHP, to send me a daily end of day report on WhatsApp. I'll show you that template in a second. In this format, and we shall look at it together on certain days and so on and so forth. So that's what this script is saying. Then agree on the weekly alignment. So again, remember what I said earlier. We will choose Monday or Tuesday or whatever the day is that we feel will be a day that will not be a hindrance to us to always align and look at the next set of things we want to do on our business. And then obviously it also tells us about aligning the rest of our staff in the business as well. So all of this is script. As you can see, we're speaking in first person. So you as the business owner, even aligning with your staff, we've written the script there for you. If all you did was to read what we have written, because you can see where we are writing things like, we shall educate them on sending this, we shall educate our staff on, we've written the script for you. We don't want every story. And then even things like, now that we are aligned with the company-wide, what should we do next? Good. The next thing we're going to do now is, let's get our filing structure right. Let's get our document register right, because going forward now, all our processes, we're going to be documenting them, and we're going to be filing them where they need to be filed. So we have written script for you, people of God. You have no excuse. This task we're giving you is a very easy task. The job description that I mentioned is here as well. There's even a newer one that we would upload. This one is not even complete. So there's a job description, that we have written. See, when I say that anybody that lags behind, we will remove you from the community. I know what I'm saying, because if we have done all this work for you and you're taking us for granted, there's no point. Now look at this WhatsApp picture. This is an EOD. This is what we use even in our own organization. Do you understand? This is a WhatsApp form of reporting. It's type we type, so there's no there's no additional software to the software. It is literally just taking our phone and typing it and all. And this is an example for a digital marketer, as an example, with these types of topics like saying finished task. So this is what I achieved for the day. I did this, I did that, I did this. And then challenges. This happened. Tomorrow's objectives and goals, bullet points, and they just put their name at the end. Obviously, because it's coming from their phone. When they submit it, you would see it as well. So your RHP would do this first for themselves, but they will now develop there's a way we have told them to develop what we want staff, or how they should think about what staff should be reporting on as well. So what the production team should be reporting on can be things like number of products that were produced today, number of items that were removed from the store or checked out from the store. I don't know what else the production person will write, but you that you're doing the job, I'm sure you understand what I mean. But those are two examples. Customer service can write things like number of inquiries that were gotten today, 10 inquiries, number of sales made. So out of those 10, 5 sales were made. Number of deliveries, this. Total number of sales, this. That can be what your customer service person might drop as an EOD. So you and your right-hand person, you will come up with what all of these things should be. And then you now train your staff that going forward on WhatsApp, just send these bullet points to us so that we have an idea of what it is that you're working on. It doesn't. Most people sometimes they'll say, do a Word document, do this. The truth of the matter is how many people are reading those Word documents. The only time you should be reading a Word document is when you're reading, either you're reading your financial reports or your processes. But we getting daily reports or weekly reports or even monthly reports as your activities sometimes can be very daunting. I won't lie to you, in the past when people sent me reports, I'll say no problem, but I never used to read them. But ever since we started doing these WhatsApp EODs this way, if sometimes I might even just be in the car going home and I'm reading it and I'm able to respond. That's how efficient it made me. And I can ask a quick question and say, okay, so 10 people made inquiries. Okay, so what happened to the other 5 people that didn't buy out of the 10? Do you understand? I can ask a quick question because I've seen the reports. So this explanation on how to do this is on the platform as well. So I think that is everything I wanted to share. They're all on CC. And I want to give time now for questions and answers. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And let's see if we picked up on something today. So, have we picked up on something today? Do we understand the essence of a right-hand person. And if you're a right-hand person in this meeting, do you understand your role a lot more now? So that even if your business owner, your guy is telling you, oh yeah, I'll go and call that customer, go and follow up with you, you can instantly tell and say, okay, I will do it today, but very soon we need to be working on the business with you, and I should not be in operations. Do you understand? According to Upturn, what Upturn said we should be doing. Mm-hmm. So do we understand the role of a right-hand person in this community, and by extension, just for your business, with or without Upturn? Do you understand the role of a right-hand person? I'd like to hear from you. I like interactions, guys. Please, I don't like listening to my voice alone. Even in the group, we like interactions. So who's going to? Yes. So Mr. Ladipo said yes. Ms. George said yes. Thank you. Fantastic. So if you haven't given us a right-hand person, very important. All right. Do we understand the various worksheets that I showed you all? Do we all understand it? People can unmute. Sometimes even speaking out gives you an idea that yes, what you heard today actually makes sense, and it helps with retention of what you have heard. So feel free to reiterate one or two things that I have said as a way to reaffirm that yes, I actually understand what she said. If you want to unmute yourself, please go ahead. Let's just have a quick interactive session, and we'll probably be done in the next 10 minutes. Anybody? Why is everybody always shy? Don't be shy. People should talk. Anybody? Unmute yourself. People want to give. Nobody wants to talk to me. But now it's not good though.
Okay, Ma. I think I'll go.
Thank you.
Can I speak, Ma?
Yes, please. I'm trying to speak. Who's speaking? Melody, right?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you? Please go ahead.
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for tonight's session. I understand that it is important for me to have a right-hand person for the efficient.
Sorry, Melody. I apologize, Melody. So when we're speaking, because we're all still getting to know each other, just say, okay, my name is Melody, this is what I do, and then you can comment so that we can get to know each other and we know what everybody is doing more and more. Do you understand? These are opportunities for us to know one another better as well. So just to tell us what you do and then get into the comments.
Okay, so my name is Melody. I'm the creative director and lead formulator at Beauty Crown Royal Signature. We formulate hair care and skincare products, natural hair care and skincare products, and we also help people to start up their own beauty business. So that's what I do. So I've been able to understand the importance of having a right-hand person. So at the moment, I do most of the work myself, right? I do have staffs. Most of my staffs are my major staffs are virtual staffs. Then I have temporary staff that come and work with me during production. But most of the admin duty, I still do them myself. So I've been able to see how I can still, with the little capacity that we have, be able to have a right-hand person, even though my right-hand person at the moment will still have to work in operations, because even me, I'm still working in operations, right? But I believe I understand now how I can make their work more efficient and get more value out of it until we'll be able to expand more and have more staffs.
Okay. I know that Rome was not built in a day. So even though I was giving you bombastic side that you're right, that person is still working operations, but I understand. I won't like you. I understand. As long as you know what it is that you're trying to work towards, that's the most important thing.
Yes. The goal is that to be able to expand as soon as possible, so that my right-hand person would actually be just my right-hand person.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you for that. Anybody else want to share? Can I finish? You're disturbing my.
Oh, good evening.
I will watch the community. Bye-bye. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Nora Johnson. I am the right-hand person for Jumoke Pariola Lolly Kitchen Affairs.
Fantastic.
And we are a catering firm, a catering organization. We cater for outdoor events, organizational events, just create wonderful delicacies for as many people as are willing to, taste what we have. Actually, I joined the meeting a little late,
Okay.
but I was able to pick up some things. I listened to you as regards the evaluation of the right hand person. And I listened to the things you said, and I just kept thinking, wow, we do have work to do. We have quite a lot to do. I chose to speak because I just wanted I wanted me to hear myself saying that we're going to work on this. We definitely do not want to be kicked out of this group. So by God's grace, we're going to work well on it. Hopefully we'll get the result. In fact, we will do better than what we envisaged or had in mind to achieve with your help. Thank you very much. It was quite enlightening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll be honest with you, we've actually kicked out 2 people already, because we reach out to them, we're calling them, they're not picking, they're not responding, they're not reading our messages, nothing. So we just remove them. There's no point. We're all adults here. We can't be chasing people, to be honest. So either people, and we know the value we're giving. We're not foolish doing this. Do you understand what I mean? So we would we expect and hope that people also respect our time and the value that we're giving. And when we say there's a meeting, please join. We know that people won't be able to join every single meeting, but at least try and join like 70% of the meetings. Like now, I'm already eyeballing 1 or 2 people that have not joined 2 or 3 of our meetings, and they'll probably be kicked out. No time. Let's just have serious people that we're all interacting and learning together. Do you understand? So thank you for emphasizing that you're going to be serious and you're going to exceed our expectation. And then also, thank you for speaking as an RHP. I appreciate that. Do you understand? Because yes, we always say business owners, but RHPs are very important as well. Do you understand? And I really appreciate you contributing as an RHP. And then it goes to show that you're committed.
Thank you.
And that's beautiful to see. Thank you.
I am actually. I am. Thank you.
Well done. All right. Any other person? Who else wants to, just like they say in church, who wants to rededicate their lives to, who wants to reaffirm their commitment to the process?
Hello, Ma.
Hi, Peace. Please go ahead.
All right. My name is Peace. The name of my company is Success Quality Home. We are into sales of marble, tiles, doors, and some other building material. And we hope to expand more. So I really appreciate today's class, like especially that reporting, having to report with having a community of different WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group, but that aspect of having more, maybe someone at the door taking care of a door stock, I can have a group for that one. Different WhatsApp group. And I heard about, we have not even been recording people that came for inquiries. So you made mention of that. Like, it struck in my head, like, yeah, I don't even do that. Apart from collecting numbers, sometimes customers are some of them will come to pry, but those of them I used to collect number. Once you follow them up, at most time you always get a good response. Sincerely, I appreciate this platform. A lot of work. I need to do a lot of work. Hey. The hard is hard, but I choose the hard. We will do it. We will not die. We'll be all right.
So let me quickly speak to what you just said now. Yeah. You said that it is a lot of work. It's hard. You choose the hard, you will not die. And the honest truth is you will not die. But let me add one beautiful thing to it. You're putting the work up front now. I kid you not. If you continue to do the tasks that we're giving you, by the time this 2 months is over, but if you're still in the community by month 3, I kid you not, you will just notice, you wake up one day and you notice that things are beginning to become a lot easier. That people are actually doing what they should be doing. You understand what I'm trying to say? They're sending in their report, everybody is working, knowing what they should do. It will be very perfect, but to a large extent, you will see the difference. You understand what I mean? And then after that, this continuous improvement, you're building on it. You've been talking about inventory, for example. We'll figure a lot of people have inventory issues. In the community at some point, we'll look for a subject matter expert to come and talk to us about inventory. We will see what we can do. At that point, you'll now be like, okay, let's even now upgrade our inventory system. Maybe in the beginning, we might use Excel. At some point, we might now even use a software. Do you understand? So those are continuous improvements that will now begin to come in. And day by day, it gets easier and easier, and things are not revolving around you as much anymore. Do you understand? So it will get easier. But let's put the hard work in at the beginning now. Okay?
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Sorry. Those are different alarms for me to do different things. All right. Okay. So I think if there do we have any questions? Any clarity on the task? Now we actually have, sorry, let me quickly mention this. Gloria, are we going to do an onboarding session for new members? Although, because they joined, so every Thursday, any new member that comes in during the week, on Thursday, we hold a new member onboarding where we explain what the Upturn community is all about. We even tell them about TC and so on and so forth. So I know, like someone like Mrs. George, for example, I know that you haven't done a new member onboarding because you came in at some point this week, if I'm correct. And we do, like I said, we do onboardings on Thursday evenings. So the question is, do we still need to do onboarding, or do new members feel like they have caught on, they know what the community is about, they can just jump on their tasks and so on and so forth? Or do we still need to do, I'm not sure how many people came in this week and whether we need to do an onboarding.
Okay, so we have a YouTube video of the last onboarding session that we did.
Was that onboarding or was that task one? I think it was task one. I'm not sure we put the onboarding on.
But it also did cover like the session. I think we should put it to the new people that just came in. Would they prefer to watch the video or go through another onboarding session?
Please go ahead. Miss Just, please go ahead and speak. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, so personally, I had access to the video by Miss Glory, and I've been watching it, so I think it does the work.
Okay. Yeah, because I think we did a bit of a recap. It's only to recap at the beginning before we went into the task. Okay. All right. Okay, so maybe what you can do, Glory, is to just touch base with the new people that came in and let us know if there's a need for one tomorrow. If there isn't one, then there's no point in scheduling one for tomorrow. Okay? It looks like we're carrying people along well, and you're doing a good job of, aligning with them in the back end as well. And hopefully Tosin will join you to do that as well. Okay. Okay, yes. You've been watching the onboarding videos, fantastic. Okay. They're easy to follow and your explanation addresses the main point. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're good. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining yet another session. So we won't have any more sessions this week. We'll probably have our next session on Wednesday next week as well. So please, this week's task now, if you've not done step 1, which is the vision, the values, your goals, your org structure, and all of that, please do it. And then also quickly jump on step 2 as well, which is the RHP. Next week, we're going to be doing filing structure, putting an effective filing system in place, and creating a document register so that you're not looking for documents all over the place. Because going forward now, we're going to be working on a lot of documents. We want to be able to file them. So when new people come in, we have documents that they can be used to onboard new staff, to train staff. That's how you now get structured training happening and so on and so forth. So that's what we'll do next week. So let's catch up. Please try and use this. There's public holiday, so let's not. I know that there's holiday on Friday and Monday, so this is also an opportunity for you to catch up. Please, I beg you, do not lag behind. And last, people of God, help us be interacting on the group now. Because like I said, the group will be as fun or as boring as we make it. If we're interacting, and that's where I'm going to say thank you so much, Peter. I appreciate the fact that you're interacting on the group. It gives us joy, and it helps us even know whether we are, doing the right thing or not. So when we get certain feedback, we're like, okay, we're on the right track. This is the emotion we want to evoke. This is the feedback we would like to get. And even if it's feedback for correction, we will take the correction as well. So thank you, Pete. We appreciate that. Thank you to Ms. MJ as well. We appreciate your interaction on the group, and Ms. Oladipo. Yes, so Ms. Peace, Ms. Oladipo, and Ms. Riri. Well, we appreciate your interactions. You guys are the ones that have been consistent. Other people that are not being consistent, very soon we'll be using side eye to look at them. Please interact. Send more pictures. It gives us joy. Sometimes it could even be a snapshot of your worksheet. So, like if you had values and you've written the values on the worksheet already, you can take a screenshot of it and send it to the group and say, guys, this is the values that I came up with. What do you think? That's how we can get interactions going. Okay, so please interact. And when you tell our messages as well, respond. It gives us joy. We'd appreciate that. Who is committing? Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. So on that note, let me not hold you a second longer. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic evening, and see you next week, but we'll interact on the platform as we go along. So have a great evening, guys. And communicate and align with your accountability partner. If you're stuck, let us know. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Have a good evening, everyone. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you, Miss. We look forward to more interaction.
Good evening, everyone. I enjoyed my session.
Oh, good evening. Please go ahead.
Jumoke.
Oh, Jumoke.
Okay.
How are you?
Jumoke Pariola, Lolly Kitchen Affairs.
How are you?
Thank you for the reminder, Glory. You are doing a good job. I needed to say thank you. Thank you. And we'll do better. Lara has mentioned earlier that we'll do better. So we'll put in more energy. You see something coming from us. Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. Have a fantastic evening. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.